Thanks for joining us here on this edition of Ravens Rundown. Tyler Jones here. Appreciate you stopping by as we have an update on the coaching carousel across the National Football League as some of the Ravens coaches and front office staff are interviewing for several different positions across the NFL and could be leaving the Baltimore Ravens at season's end. We'll catch up to speed on the teams that are interested, on certain staffers, tell you who those are coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, folks, we are going to be all over the place the next few weeks as we have an exciting time ahead as we get you ready for the playoffs in the Super Bowl run for your Baltimore Ravens. And I want to get to 15,000 subscribers for the playoffs. We need your help. Sub for playoff dubs. We're just 300 subs away from that next milestone. We're going to be live for every playoff game here on the channel. We're going to bring you our daily news and rumors coverage, got live shows and more. Sub it up, join the family. Let's do our part, get those Ravens playoff dubs. Subscribe now here on the channel. Now, here's the big picture for the Baltimore Ravens as they are trying to finagle this situation of what's ahead. With this playoff run, and we look at this Ravens team being the number one seed in the AFC and having home field advantage, not just for that fact is it a golden opportunity for this team to win a Super Bowl title, but think about this. This coaching staff is likely to be rated like Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago, and you have 20-plus free agents that could be signing elsewhere this upcoming offseason. This could be a whole different-looking team next year. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. And you look at this Baltimore Ravens team, we're looking at potentially some big changes where you might not necessarily be able to run it back in 2024 the same way of how good you have it now. So that's the big picture as we head into these potential changes. You're happy for these guys to get opportunities, but now you look at this year, you have to capitalize on what's ahead. Let's start off with Todd Monken, the Ravens offensive coordinator, as the Los Angeles Chargers and the Carolina Panthers have reached out and have requested an interview with the Ravens OC. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler tweeting out the following, saying Chargers have requested an interview with Ravens OC Todd Monken per source. Versatile play caller helped Ryan Fitzpatrick with the Bucs. Fitzmagic. Georgia with back-to-back national titles. Having to play with Stetson Bennett, might I add. And Lamar Jackson with a strong MVP campaign. So the resume across the board is pretty good for Todd Monken with both the Browns, the Bucs, with what he did at Georgia. I even think back to his time at Oklahoma State when he invented the diamond formation. Yes, this guy is quite the innovator himself. And what we've seen from the Ravens offense this year, fourth in the league in points per game, 27.8. Had they not rested their starters against Pittsburgh, that number actually would have even been higher for this Ravens team. And what he did to really just branch out this offense and to protect Lamar Jackson, get the most out of him, credit where credit's due to Todd Monken. He's done a terrific job. I would be surprised if Todd Monken actually isn't gone. If Todd Monken doesn't have a head coaching job next year, I'll be shocked. I think that, honestly, Todd Monken's got the makings to be a great head coach in this league. His players love him. He's a terrific football mind. And the way this league is going of more offensive-minded head coaches, it's only a matter of time. I think Todd Monken's going to be a very good head coach here sooner than later. What do you guys think? Will Todd Monken get a head coaching job? Weigh in. Y for yes, in for no. Tell me what you think if Todd Monken is going to be gone or not. Our pinned comment today, weigh in, let me know. The other coordinator for your Baltimore Ravens, Mike Macdonald, is getting some calls from the Washington Commanders as well as the Carolina Panthers for their head coaching positions, both held by Ron Rivera at one point in time. Ian Rappaport, the NFL Network, saying the following: Ravens promising D.C. Mike Macdonald received a request to interview with the Commanders, source said, one of the bright young minds. And Marlon Humphrey, always got something funny to say, did the laughing, crying emoji about that of the Commanders trying to take away Mike Macdonald. You know, he had a good kick out of that. But I got to tell you, Mike Macdonald's done a terrific job. And we've seen with this Ravens defense this year. They have been outstanding. Mike Macdonald's just in his second year. Previously was at the University of Michigan. You go back to 2014 when he started with this organization as an intern. It has been a fast rise up the ranks for Mike Macdonald with this Baltimore Ravens team. He's done a really good job, and you have to be very optimistic about his future and what we've seen with this personnel, with getting Patrick Queen to take that next step, with the way we've seen Roquan Smith turn into the best inside linebacker in football. Guys have really developed and bought into what Mike Macdonald was selling. Now, I'll say this. I think that Mike Macdonald has a better chance of coming back to Baltimore than Todd Monken does, just because of, we mentioned, with more offensive coaches getting jobs compared to defensive coaches at this point. But Mike Macdonald, I think, same thing with Monken. It's only a matter of time he'll get his chance. It might not be till next offseason, but watch out. Mike Macdonald is going to have his name called here sooner than later. So which one would you rather keep? If you had to choose one, would you rather keep Todd Monken or Mike Macdonald? Weigh in the comments. Tell me what you think. T for Todd Monken, M for Mike Macdonald. Weigh in which coach you rather have on this Ravens team. If you had to keep one, let us know. Got a deal that we're offering Ravens fans right now at chatsports.com/Ravens jersey. You can get free shipping on any Ravens jersey you order. Maybe you want to do a Lamar Jackson jersey, a Mark Andrews jersey. Maybe you want to throw it back to Ray Lewis. We got all sorts of different options, different shapes, sizes, colors. Whoever you want to rock out with, your flock out with, you got plenty of options to do so. Get free shipping. Take advantage of it now at chatsports.com/Ravens jersey. These jerseys look fantastic. You don't want to miss the opportunity to get yours and save on that shipping. Shipping can be pricey, folks. You heard of inflation? Go to chatsports.com/Ravens jersey. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Check it out, chatsports.com/Ravens jersey. A couple more names to watch. Ravens defensive assistant Anthony Weaver also is being brought up for the Washington Commanders. Potential opening there, along with Mike Macdonald. Both have been requested for interviews by Washington. Shefty saying the following: Commanders requested permission to interview Ravens associate head coach and defensive line coach Anthony Weaver for their head coach job, per source. If we see Macdonald leave, I would think Weaver is going to be in line to be the next defensive coordinator in Baltimore. So good for Anthony Weaver to get some attention here, to get his name brought up for a head coach opening. But I would think that if you're Baltimore, if we see Mike Macdonald go, Weaver is likely going to be your next DC for this Ravens team. I think that's the direction ultimately that we could see. And if not, maybe he goes and be DC somewhere else potentially on that front. But look out for Mike Macdonald if he goes for Weaver to take that role potentially there. One more name to watch, Nick Matteo, who has done a really good job in the front office. His name has come up for the Carolina Panthers GM position. If you recall, the last time the Panthers GM position opened, Nick Matteo's name came up. He interviewed for it, but the timing wasn't necessarily right for him to take on that role. More from Jeff Zurbrich from The Athletic saying the following: and now the Panthers confirmed their GM interview request. Ravens Vice President of Football Administration, Nick Matteo, is on the list. As I said this morning, Panthers were interested in Matteo last time they had an opening. And to give you a little inside track on Matteo, he is kind of the money nerd behind the scenes that's putting all the contracts together. That's been his thing over the last few years. And he's put together some big deals. The Lamar Jackson contract, the Roquan Smith deal. We've seen them with some really good free agent signings this past offseason with the likes of OBJ and Nelson Aguilar and others. So Mateo's a smart guy. It's only a matter of time before he gets a GM job as well. We'll see if it's Carolina or if another job. But nonetheless, that's what we're looking at, this Ravens team losing some heavy hitters potentially in the coming weeks after the playoffs. We'll see where they end up. We'll keep you posted here on the channel. Subscribe now for more Ravens coverage. Help us get to 15,000 subs for the playoff run. And we'll see you next time right here on Ravens Rundown.